just a skosh over 10,700 pounds as we see it here today. The stunning 8288 SB Rockwood here at Lite RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Why SB and not BS for bedslide? Because when you're looking at a Rockwood, there is no BS. Unless, of course, they actually use BS for bedslide. Now, quick note for you, the specific RV we're going to be looking at today is actually pre-sold and pre-built for a customer as a personal purchase. They're actually a repeat Lite RV customer from a long distance away, coming in from pretty much the east coast of the country. So folks, remember, it doesn't matter where you live. These things are on wheels, and give us a fair opportunity, and either you're welcome to come collect it and frankly save a ton of money on shipping, or we can send it right out to you. I mean, we can do it either way, whatever works for you guys. This is an awesome option here. If what you're looking for is that big living room, but you love the idea of a camp kitchen, that's exactly where this one comes into play. And this is the Signature Series Rockwood, which pulls out all the stops. They've got all the beautiful, like, of course, auto-leveling dual air, but the central vacuum, the soft closed drawers, and just all those ritzy, glitzy features that just make you smile. Now, Rockwood is not alone in this floor plan. This is one, like a lot of Rockwoods, especially their fifth wheels, they're really far out there, and they're beautiful, and they're brilliant, but they're very different from a lot of things. And at a glance, this kind of looks like, say, an Eagle 317 RLOK from Jayco here at Lite RV. But they made a couple key differences, and I want to cover those as we go. Now remember, the one that we're looking at today is just one example of just a multitude of ways that you can get and build a Rockwood Signature. We're looking at the darker slate wood package. There's a lighter woodwork that changes the flooring up a little bit. There's a little bit different color furniture, but overall, I've yet to find a combination of Rockwood stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a bad combination. That doesn't exist. Rockwoods never look bad. Now, here in a Rockwood Signature, you're going to get jazzy or upgrade features like Montana kind of features, but not necessarily Montana kind of price, like the day-night privacy roller shades, the dual section shades. That is a trifold sleeper sofa on the back. And then if we take a look over here, that theater seat down below, it's a wall hugger. It can hug right back against the wall, as the name wall hugger implies, obviously. There's also, you can see the two like armrests on the side have storage, and then the middle console actually has like multiple types of power outlets in there. So if you want to sit right there, keep your phone tucked away or charging up or whatever, you can. Now, both side stands around the sofa, with the windows open and the natural light flooding in, it's hard to see, but you can see how both side stands have household and USB outlets. And here in a Rockwood Signature, this is about everything turned up all the way as far as they can. So you'll get things like hardwood side tables, not even just a pressed membrane, but just like beautiful, like gorgeous, like hand feel. Like everything feels very upscale here. All of our cabinetry is all pocket screwed. We've got hidden hinges throughout. You'll see when we get to the kitchen, we actually have residential soft close drawers as well. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is one of two major changes they made to the living room of this one that actually really excites me on this one. Again, they're not the only manufacturer to build a layout like this, but if you're noticing, they are actually still using a floor flush slide over here in the kitchen. It's a deeper kitchen slide, and that means that that sofa is not sticking into the living space. Similarly, on the opposite side of the trailer, in front of the camp kitchen, or behind it, whatever you want to call it, is our entertainment center and fireplace, because the camp kitchen's behind all that. But a lot of manufacturers build that really bulky, and it sticks out into the floor plan. Rockwood made sure to keep a focus on the living room and to keep everything as wide open as possible. And I'm telling you, the more I see of them, the more I mean it. I think that Rockwood is the sleeper breakout star in the fifth wheel market. You give them a couple years, and I think everyone's going to have Rockwood's name in their mouth in fifth wheels. Now, while that storage above the sofa is nice, it's this big chunk of super easy access storage behind the TV that I love. And by throwing a shelf in there, they were really able to maximize the total capacity that you get within it. Now, over here, remember, we do still have great door side window coverage, whether it's over above the dinette or if it's beside the sofa. Because if I take a look over here, I'm trying not to make you motion sick and I'm going slow. Huge windows beside the sofa. A lot of manufacturers will give you windows over there. Not usually that big. That's big. That's real big back there. Plus even a full viewing window in the entry door. and this is a little bit different. You could get a freestanding table and chairs over here, but Rockwood's like one of the only builders I've ever seen make a layout like this that still offers not just a dinette, but a big full-size U-dinette. So remember, you have a larger trifold sleeper sofa in the back and this. That makes this a couples camper that is good for sleeping guests. And I don't mean just grandbabies. If you've got adult friends that want to come over for the weekend, maybe you'd like to have a drink or two, or maybe it's just late and they don't need to be going home or something like that. You could have several different adults in here very comfortably. Now, when we get into the Signature Series Rockwoods, you start to get these really just fun features like those soft close drawers right there. I love that. I love that. Tons of outlets all over the place. They make sure that you can really belly right up to bar with a double toe kick on both sides of it. It's just every little detail on this has been addressed. Now that looks like, but it is not one giant sink drying rack. It actually is two split ones, which is smart. I prefer that. I like that they gave us both. I like that they covered the entire sink. But you can take one off and use it as a dish drying rack while you're actually using the other side of the sink, and you don't have to have it half rolled up on you. Plus, now I would say that this would be begging for a wastebasket, but just you wait, baby birds. I'll feed you. They did a special thing over there in that, like, basically walk-in pantry. This is something else. So to begin with, up top there, that's one of those like rain censoring max air vent fans. And notice that accent light above that pantry. I think that's there to kind of tip you off the fact that it's nice and big and deep. 18 cubic foot gas electric two-way fridge. That would probably be my preference on this as well. A residential refridge, I believe, is standard here, but Resi fridge and two-way fridges are both available on this model. Giant microwave, and Rockwood always likes to give you larger ovens wherever they can. And you notice a bunch of little loose hardware in there. When we get in the bathroom, you won't see things like a towel bar. Rockwood lets you, or you could ask us to do it for you, put them wherever you would like. Handy little kind of coffee bar right when you walk in over here. And I love all the little outlets, place to charge my phone. Now notice too, you have a remote control for that ceiling vent fan. Just, you could be sitting in your chair. You could keep that remote control in the armrest or in the console of that theater seat right there. Open the window beside you and hit that fan from here. Not even have to get up. I mean, you don't even got to put on pants. Oh, anyway. So this, I mentioned how you've got, sorry, I got myself all distracted by not putting on pants. Walk-in pantry over here. Notice too, you got a couple little broom hooks, and right as we walk in, the heavenly angels of Rockwood shine upon us. But I mentioned wastebasket space. What do you think is down here? Spoiler, it's a wastebasket. Probably. Is that what you guessed it was? Because it wasn't that well concealed, obviously. And down here, I love this. The Sweepo-Vac. It's such a direct name for a central vacuum system, but I love it. I like how it works. It's got a little kind of like little suction point, so you can actually just sweep everything right up to it. You can push this button over here with your foot and just kind of sweep into it. It's sort of like I call it electric toe kick dustpan thing. And thank you, Rockwood, for a couple things. Thank you for putting the switches where the little kiddos can't get to them. Thank you for incorporating a version of the LCI 1 control system here so that if I want to control all this wirelessly, I can. Thank you for giving me the Wi-Fi Ranger, so if I feel like hooking up to mobile data access points, you can do all of that. You can do all of that. That's the thing. A Signature Series rock, like an ultralight Rockwood, don't get me wrong, they're jazzy. A Signature Series, they just pull out all the stops. Now, I mentioned how Rockwood did a couple things I feel significantly different on this floor plan, and one of them is the refrigerator placement. Now, if you're looking at it, you can see, and I will show you the RV with the slide closed later, but you can see that the refrigerator is going to be blocked by the island when it's closed. And I know that for some people that's a problem. That's fine. That's why we carry different models here at Haylett RV. If that right there is a really big deal to you to access when the slide's closed, call us and we will help you find a model that you can access with the slide closed. But other manufacturers who make a version of the floor plan like this, when they have the refrigerator and the oven flip-flopped, that means that your cooking space stovetop is right next to that theater seat. So it's a question, it's a debate, it's a balance of which one matters more to you. I think Rockwood's argument is that you're going to be in this RV using it, and especially in a Rockwood with a bigger oven, you're probably more cooking focused than a lot of people. So they want to make sure you can do that without getting bacon grease on the person in the chair next to you. And yes, is it a little inconvenient to have to bump the kitchen slide to get to the storage? Sure. This is the type of slide that will allow you to do that, though. And again, I will show you everything with the slide closed so you can see it yourself, but to help understand the mindset. And if you appreciate the extra details, the in-depth information like that, please hit the subscribe button and follow along with us here, because we're always doing everything we can, even before you picked up the phone, to make sure you understand exactly what you're getting for your money. Because nothing is worse than spending this kind of money, taking it on your first trip and going, oh, this sucks. I don't want you to have to do that. We're going to do our best to make sure you avoid it from the start. Now, as we step here into the bathroom, overall, beautiful, good look. Sealed edge thermofoil counter there with a nice stainless sink. You see the sticker there for the shower miser in the shower itself. Handy little kind of water saver system. And good gravy. They put just a big honkin' shower in this thing. But if you're like me, one of the first things you thought of is, I wish that wasn't a swinging door. Now, one of the things that I pride myself on here at Haylett RV is always trying to shoot you straight. Sometimes I'll even point out, like this, if I see something I think I would like to see differently, I'll even mention that. But here's the trick. I think the default response a lot of people have is, I wish it was a sliding pocket door. You kind of can't do that here, because remember, you've got all your control panel electronics in the wall back there. Then on the other side of the wall, you have like a little linen cabinet right here, a medicine cabinet, whatever you want. There's another medicine cabinet in here too. So the trick is, there's not really enough room to try to put a pocket door. What I do appreciate is that Rockwood, well, there's enough room, but you'd have to sacrifice a cabinet, and I think you really want that in here. What I appreciate is that Rockwood made that door open inward, meaning you don't have to walk backwards down the steps, which is dangerous. So I think they did the best thing that they could here, given all the options and alternatives. Porcelain stool, fantastic legroom. Also, plenty of headroom in here, plenty. And this is a vaulted ceiling with the skylight, but, you know, like if I stand over here, you know, you can see there's plenty of room above my head. But if I stand all the way over here against the wall, you can see there's still plenty of room above my head. Like, my head's not in the skylight yet. They've really nailed it up here. Very comfortable for a bigger person like me. And just to kind of complete, I don't know, you call it a bathroom 360 or whatever it would be in third dimension, I like those open shelves right there next to that. And again, just like in the kitchen, all Rockwoods do this. They put that extra large vent fan here, and those will have a roof vent cover on them right from the factory level. And again, this is some of the different stuff between a Rockwood Ultralight fifth wheel and Signature fifth wheel. Some Rockwood Ultralights, like a 2899 KS, have a very similar bedroom to this one. You may have actually seen one of those come out from our videos recently. But the Signature advantages here, things like you start to get a dedicated bedroom television instead of just being able to put one in if you want to. Now, just like that 2899 KS Ultralight that I mentioned, this 8288 SB Rockwood Signature does have a standard combo-sized washer-dryer prep over there in that closet. And speaking of that closet, I want to make sure you got to look at the whole thing now in case you're curious. Yeah, that shelf right there, it's a little close to that hanging bar, isn't it? You know, unless you're hanging dolls' clothes, it's not going to do you any good. But of course, that shelf is removable. Then, like the shelving up here in the closet, you could use it for shoes or all kinds of different things. You know, just whatever happens to work for you. Now, as I back up, I want you to get a good look here at the second centralized factory-installed air conditioner, giving us maximum cold capacity. And like all Rockwoods, they double duct their air conditioning. Each duct individually can open, close, and turn to basically do whatever you want and however you want it. Now, so far, if you're looking, you're saying, yeah, okay, so this bedroom looks exactly like that 2899 KS you mentioned. Here's where it starts to vary. We're up in a Rockwood Signature. They expect more people at this price point want a king bed. So not only do they offer the optional 70 by 80 king that we're looking at right here, but they make the bed slide bigger than in their ultralights. And a lot of times in a Rockwood Ultralight fifth wheel, if you upgrade to a king bed, you will lose the side stands with the household outlets. You don't have that happen here. And that little accent light over top of the headboard, that little, it's those glorious little touches they add to the signatures. You don't ever need it, but you love it. You love it, and you know it. And just to really showcase all the storage that comes included in one of these under the bed over here, that box and those brackets and everything, that is all the outside griddle station stuff that it comes standard with this RV, all encompassed under there with room to spare. And I always say a quick look with the slide closed. I always end up talking too much. I'm about to do it now. I'm going to stop. Okay, long story short, when you have a king bed here, because the door opens toward the hallway, you can always use the bedroom. You can use the bed in transit. Rockwood also uses a real heavy-duty slide system that'll allow you to do that. The part, though, I think a lot of people are always asking about is, can I get to, usually specifically the refrigerator with the slide closed? And as you see here, no, you really can't. Some models are better for destination use. Some are better for traveling. Not every RV is made for every single potential option and method of camping. If you appreciate the fact that we actually show you through them with the slide closed so you don't have to guess, hit the little like and subscribe button on the video. Let's hop outside. Now, since one of the focal points of this one is the fact that it's a couple's rig with a camp kitchen, I really kind of felt it appropriate as we stepped outside to begin here. And Rockwood's like one of the only ones that still does this with a swing-out little stovetop setup right here. Every other manufacturer I've seen has stopped doing it because they say, well, people were leaning on the arm and breaking it. Well, I guess Rockwood owners maybe are a little more careful with their investment, because I don't see that happening with Rockwood. But when it is open, it does actually create a nice little open pocket space right there. That is all galvanized rolled steel countertop, and you can see right here we have that larger outside refrigerator. The two fridges combined give this thing over 20 cubic foot of cold storage. Cabinet space in there, double metallic slam latches even. What I like about those too, you will find there are no just common like twist locks or 751 key locks on this. Everything is going to use a little bit different key, but the good news is that not everybody has that key. Now that door right there goes under the dinette. Unfortunately, the lock is froze right now because it is cold, ladies and gentlemen. And outside TV hookups right over here as well. I mean, you've got yourself, look at this, under just the one patio awning, a serious picnic patio party space right there. You want to pop that open, get yourself a picnic table set up over here, have a little picnic party with some music going, or whatever you listen to. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Slide awning option added to this, and look at these awnings. In a Rockwood signature, you can get these aluminum shielded power awnings, and with the two combined, you have yourself some fantastic patio space. The entry door there is nice and wide, nice and tall, so a big guy like me is not going to hit his head. This is a zero gravity stable step with the easy adjust legs, meaning it kind of holds its own weight. And we have ourselves a nice size pass-through compartment down here. Doing the David Blaine teleport through that forced air heated pass-through compartment, by the way, also reveals the enclosed, protected, also by extension, heated docking center. Rockwood signature fifth wheel, we are going to find ourselves outfitted with auto magic leveling. So with a push of a button, you can make it do all the heavy work for you. And you see that these are now including the same turning point hitch as their, I guess you call it little sister, the Rockwood Ultralight, with this being a signature Ultralight, the upgraded feature. Meaning it is going to be, if you have a short bed pickup, this could save you the need, potentially, depending on the vehicle, to outfit with a slider hitch. That could save you at least $1,000 just in hitching cost right there. But by default, it is a fixed hitch. So if you already have an existing hitch, it's not going to screw everything up. These also, they have an all aluminum skeleton. This is 5-side laminated. The only part of this RV that is not laminated is the floor. They're using the same plywood tongue and groove floor decking here, 5/8 thick, with aluminum studs running 12 inches on center, longitudinally, meaning north-south down the trailer, that you would find in like a Jayco North Point, Eagle, Pinnacle, heavier, bigger, fifth wheel that endures more stress when you're towing. You get all that same love and attention here. I love them big windows. Speaking of love, around that rear sofa. Gives us some good visibility on this one. And on a signature Rockwood, they kick it up another notch, not just with a 2-inch receiver hitch on the back, but also with that flip-down cargo rack, which could, frankly, double as a bike rack. You can put a small generator on there. I mean, they do both That's the thing. On a signature Rockwood, it's not what makes sense, it's what is everything we could possibly do. Whether it makes sense or not, this is all about opulence and excess and just extravagance, and I love it. And a couple cool things down here. Goodyear Endurance radial standard on these. You'll also find that on the Jaycos here at Haylett RV. One major difference on Rockwoods, though, is if you look between the tires, you don't see nothing. It's not technically this, but it is very much like a four-wheel independent suspension system. They're not just Torflex axles. This is a torsion axle, torsion suspension system that left to right tire can have up to 6 inches of variance between them, which is more than you get on like a leaf spring suspension, even with fancy systems. Rockwoods, I will argue, are among the best handling out there available in this class, and they even come standard with a tire pressure monitoring system. So if you appreciate all the effort and the information today, do me a favor, click the subscribe button, follow along here, and support our family-owned and operated facility. We've been here since 1989, and if you give us a chance just like these folks did, we'll put one together exactly how you're looking for it. You're not forced into just what we have on hand. We'll get you, it's your money, man. We'll make it happen. But short of that, thank you folks always so much. Please leave us some comments. Let me know what you like about this one. If there's something you'd like to change, like I try to be very fair and candid on things like that bathroom door. If you want to always get straight information from a place, give us a call. We will make sure you're getting your second camper the first time around. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.